Hey everybody, this is Richard Kurojiki Reviews with a hopefully permanent mic stand setup that I'll probably show in the Instagram photos probably later in the weekend. And yeah, I'm doing a retro news because wow, I'm behind on a bunch of things. Starting off at the top at the time of this recording, E3 has been canceled and probably permanently this time. I'm not a gaming channel, but I had grew up watching mostly when G4 was producing E3s when the first generation of the network was new. And yeah, it's kind of sucks. I know a lot of other game channels all over and mostly games journalism are going to be talking in depth about it so much as that even Pixel Circus made a whole big, I guess, title cardy kind of day of it. So yeah, so I highly recommend their channel. I also highly recommend their upcoming D&D projects on Sage Ryan's end. So with that all being said, I have to do some quick Toku news because I totally forgot to give my quick thoughts on the upcoming 30th anniversary Once and Always for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And some retro reviews later down this year that a Tumblr poll is about to get very disappointed with. Anyway, so let's start with the Toku stuff first. I've only seen the first episode of King Olger. It looks really good. I'm going to sit through the first 4 episodes for probably a Saturday or Sunday Toku review. I know it's been a while. And yeah, as well, my thoughts for the upcoming anniversary special. I'm very happy that Steve Cardenas and more importantly David Yo's, Walter Yamada Jones, Captain Sutherland, and the most of the season 2 generation of Mighty Morphin cast are now going to be more of their own thing. I won't go into the rumor mill of why Jason David Frank, Amy Jo Johnson, and Austin St. John are not in this special. Clearly, in obviously JDF's case, he just passed away late last year, so that's probably the whole reason why. Oh, speaking of, go to my retrospective of the top best episodes and stuff with JDF. Finally putting my my stance on how I felt about the guy as an actor and as his version of Tommy Oliver will ever be. As for the set itself, I'm only going off of the few snippets from the teaser trailer. By the way, card 2. It looks great. I'm gonna be honest. The command center is definitely very modernized. You can definitely tell that with most of the practical they're going to be using for, I guess, representing most of the original footage. Speaking of original footage, they actually, I think I put this on my Instagram Reels when it was out last week, of them recreating most of the Megazord sequencing, mirroring mostly the Sentai, until we get to the Megazord itself in space, probably later on in that special. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The most obvious elephant in the room other than JDF, how are they going to address, Duri Trang's Trini? Yes, they are doing a legacy character. She is going to be a daughter of Trini, and yeah, another big thing for Power Rangers fans, of course, there is going to be a Robo Rita, and I think the original Rita actor is going to be voicing it, so that's awesome all around. And the costume of it looks pretty cool. I know a few Lightning Collection figure custom guys that are already making custom versions of that version of Rita. That's really cool. And you can tell from most of like the head sculpting they were doing for the costume, it was probably like Machine Empire related, which again kind of is full circle to Forever Red, their first true anniversary special episode. So that's a good callback, if anything. So yeah, my thoughts on King Olger. Like I said, I only just saw the first episode, and I can already tell it's going to be the most expensive Sentai they have done in quite a while. I think I said this when the previews were out on my short, that the suits are definitely more armorized, because again, they're going to go for Royals versus Royals kind of mentality. I don't know if any of the Sentai team members are going to be rivals first and then team up after the fact. I don't know if it's going to be like Game of Thrones but for Toku fans, but I doubt it immensely. I think the last time that kind of like storytelling was done okay-ish for Toku was Kamara Gaim almost 10 years ago. Jeez. So me feeling my age as a Toku fan aside, my last bit of announcement I want to do, hopefully Saturday, is either going to be a short or a Bat Family retrospective of Rooster Teeth, because as of Saturday, they are going to be 20 years old. Rooster Teeth has done a bunch of like old school programming coming back for like a one-time only 20th anniversary special for. I'm hoping for at the very least some more Red vs. Blue. I mean, it's been like their main show. We don't talk about the Sims miniature that they used to do back in the day, and yeah, it's a weird time back then. But I am also happy that Rooster Teeth has definitely moved on and branched out to new channels. The All Good this channel, Barbara's I guess lifestyle slash mostly female driven diversity focused content channel is really cool. I sat through their first Always Open and God knows how long with Troy Baker, so I guess final cards there. So yeah, that all being said, what was my secret Tumblr poll? By the way, check me out on Tumblr for that. Long story short, in honor of the Resident Evil 4 remake, I wanted to do a review because I already did the CG movies. I already talked about most of the live-action remake and the live-action Netflix show that came out last year that got but probably justifiably canceled. Yeah, I haven't really done a full retrospective of my time with the Resident Evil live-action movies. So for everyone's, I guess, reference, if you want to get the idea I'm kind of be going for that video, probably in October. I highly recommend Matt Draper's video essay series of the whole franchise. Most likely, it's probably the most respectful anyone has said about the RE live-action franchise ever. So again, shout outs to him for his video essay. It's gonna definitely help me get a better, I guess, retrospective kind of mentality for it. Not mentality, but like a better vibe, if anything. So that's kind of where I stand there. My overall thoughts were Paul W. Anderson and Emilia Jovovich. I've been in a love-hate relationship as a fan of both of them and their marriage, and long story shorts, it was very old school fandom before the Phantom Menace was a thing, so my bad in advance there. I'm gonna try my best to not be, I guess, impartial that I usually would be with the two of them and their RE franchise. So, ultimately, there were some bright spots. I will say the first three movies was their best movies, mainly because Paul only was involved with one of them, and the other two other directors because he was doing AVP at the time. Go to my retro review for that. And a couple other projects. So yeah, there's a good reason why I wasn't fond of most of the more action-heavy of the franchise, but over 11 years later, I'm gonna go out of the most obvious lemon. I think the second in the back half of that trilogy, I think, was a Retribution, was probably their best one, because I think they were just getting comfortable being parents at the time, and I guess they wanted to have it that kind of way. But at the time, I bet a lot of reviewers probably compared it to like Aliens or something like that, which you can kind of see, and I'll probably explain that in the retrospective. So that's kind of where I'm going to be going with these retro reviews going forward. I know these movies like the back of my hand. I don't really need to do too much rewatching, maybe just the first three movies in case I get anything wrong. As from Afterlife to Final Chapter, I've seen only one of those three movies in theaters, and the other two I kind of noped out when it was new. So much so, the Final Chapter was the, I guess, patient zero of videos that birth the real Nerd Red Hood. So if anyone wants to know that, please go to the playlist for that as well. So ultimately, that's kind of my retro reviews. It's a bit of a hodgepodge of me catching up on news and catching up on entertainment stuff, and getting a good TLDR of what's going to be going on forward for upcoming content later in the year. So with that being said, again, my apologies, because this is like, I guess, 2 for 2 for videos. I was planning to do it with figure forms, but as the time of this recording, the Outback G.I. Joe figure is already having a peg issue with the backpack. Great feature. I'm never going to be down that for G.I. Joe Classified series. I'm pretty sure there have been already custom guys that already figured out how to like tighten up that joint a little bit better, so I'll probably look up a video for that off screen. So with that all being said, technicals aside, what did you think of this retro news roundup? I haven't really married yet to what the title's gonna be, so I'm gonna just probably think it's gonna be a roundup going forward. So that all be said, end card here to my last review, which was John Wick Chapter 4. Still, in my opinion, the best one of the franchise, and yeah, spoilers in 3, 2. I have no clue how they're gonna bring John back in Chapter 5. Anyway, spoilers on here to my shorts playlist, which I think was also talking about Resident Evil 4 remake in this particular case. As you could already tell, no Critical Role episode recap because they just took a week off, so I'm going to do that when the recap starts, right around then. Shirt here to sub the channel, and yes, I am very much aware that this shoulder piece is getting a little ripped up. So with that all being said, and more tacticals out of the way, this is Retro Gear saying, whoo, I got a lot of work to do these last couple of days of March. Yeah, or it's the last day of March. Oh, wow. How is March like the slowest month of the year, and yet somehow it was like I have to pump out the most content? Yeah, my channel's weird.